Yeah, let's go.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Why? You should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.
The finale is upon us, people.
Wait. Is it? Or what is this? Just a preview?
The preview, little preview.
Okay.
This is a culmination of the elite of European football. Teams have battled it out starting from July, and we're here at the end of May, ready to crown a new king of Europe. Liverpool face off against Real Madrid in the hopes of adding more historic lore to both their storied past. Oh my God, I should be rivaling Peter Drury for this sort of stuff, man. Look what I'm coming up with. But sorry, I was just in my duffel. Liverpool have a chance to add an seventh. You're right, it is seventh. They have a chance to add a seventh European title. Real Madrid have a chance to add their 14th European title.
14.
It's in Paris, the city of love. Paris, the city of love, right? City of love. Poetic, because there's no love lost between these two teams.
You're muted. You went on mute, Ak. Oh, one-man show? That's fine. Give the people what they want. Yes, so I'll be your host today, Lavish Oluwaseun Kante's cousin, whichever one you want to call it. Yes. And today we're going to be talking about we're going to do the preview for the Champions League final. Yes. We are in Paris.
Hating on me.
I can hear you. What's that?
It says StreamYard's hating on me for some reason. Doing the next thing.
Well, I've taken over. Didn't move. I've taken over. So we're gonna be in the city of love for the Champions League final. We have Liverpool looking to make it the 7th time champions of Europe, and we've got Real Madrid, who are considered the bad boys of Europe, the kings of Europe, looking to make it 14 European titles. This is well poised. This is a well poised tie because you have the magnitude and the story and the heritage of Real Madrid versus what is one of, if not the best team in Europe right now or on form. So it's really what is really like on form versus heritage. You're looking at it's like Tommy Gunn versus Rocky Balboa. You're looking at it like what's really gonna happen, for my boxing fans there. But it's beautiful. It's well written. You can't really call it. You can't really call it at all.
Get your duffel.
You can't really call it. You can't call it at all. I think how we're gonna break down this show. It's gonna be a quick, snappy 30-minute show, guys. Banks, put the links in the football chats and all the stuff, and then Twitter and stuff. Get Ricky. I don't know if Ricky's at home. Let me text him to fill in. Sorry, just getting the backroom staff. We have a lot of people that try to run the show and push the links out there. Smash the like button, also retweet, share this to your friends because we're going to be a quick, snappy show. They could just have us on in the background. We'll keep them entertained while they're washing plates or whatever. So make sure you spread the link. Make sure you do all the housekeeping. But how we're going to break down this show, what we're going to do first is we're going to analyze both teams separately. So we're going to do a deep dive into Real Madrid, and then we're going to go a deep dive into Liverpool and then tie the two together. We're going to tie the two together. So, and by that, I don't mean as simplistic as doing a joint 11, but I mean like we're going to try to predict the game, how it's probably going to pan out, what it's going to come down to, and just, overall what it means for them if they win or lose. So, Banks, I think we should start with Real Madrid. And I'll let you start with Real Madrid. So let's start with how you think they'll line up, how you think Ancelotti would line up, and how you think they should line up to win. Because the two could align. Let me know.
Okay, great question. first of all, we have to acknowledge that what Real Madrid have done to even be in this situation is very, very fugazi. Like they've got such a great, you look at it and they've got such a great set of players. But whenever they line up together on the Champions League pitch, it turns out so chaotically. Like it's either they're gonna blow you away in 30 minutes or they're gonna look like trash, but still be in the game at some point. They're gonna still somehow manage to be in the game because they've got the great players that get them out of those situations. So when I think about this game right here, I can only think that Real Madrid are going to be in this game regardless of how good Liverpool are, because let's not get it wrong, Liverpool are one of the elites of European football. In terms of the consistent football they're able to play, they're one of the best of European football.
No Liverpool talk. No Liverpool talk.
You need to put into context of what Real Madrid are facing right now. You need to put into context. But Real Madrid just have the star quality that's going to keep them in this game. You cannot write off Real Madrid right now. When I think about the best team that they can play, I think about the back four, Mendy, Alaba, Militao, if he can get his head out of his bum and put together some sort of consistent performance. Right now, you press Militao, you've got a chance.
I feel like let's go back and forth rather than let me wait for you to give a whole breakdown. So I'm gonna interject. I feel like you don't start Militao this game. I feel like because we've seen when Militao and Alaba play together, because we all thought on paper Nacho's the third wheel, but Nacho's been the best out of the three. Nacho's been better than Alaba. Nacho's been better than Militao. Nacho hasn't
been better than Alaba. He hasn't been better than Alaba. He's been better than Militao when he got called upon. And again, remember
when Nacho in the Champions League was better than Alaba. When
Alaba was playing on a bum hamstring, he had his hamstring injured. He shouldn't have really been playing.
And that's fine, but he played better than him.
You bum hamstring though, bum hamstring.
Okay, I'm saying I didn't say he's better than him. I said he's played better than him.
All the other rounds he wasn't playing better than him though. But that game there, he came on and you're right. Alaba shouldn't have been playing that game.
Okay, so you're saying, but I think we start. I think Nacho and Alaba start, but that back four stays. That back four stays as
Carvajal right back
instead of Vasquez.
Vasquez, I guess.
Nah, you can't. I don't think start with Vasquez. But the thing is, Carvajal doesn't offer as much going forward, and it just doesn't. What does it offer in terms of going?
He's steady. He's
steady, but he can get done up because it's Mane.
You can 100%.
That's what I'm saying, and it might even be Diaz, which is even worse. So it's like if you put Vasquez there, Vasquez could equally get done up, but Vasquez offers more going forward. I don't know. I think you should just keep it as the back four. Don't change it in terms chemistry-wise.
You can't.
Chemistry-wise, don't change it. That's more so like an in-game change rather than a starting lineup change. That's not wrong. That's not bad.
Nathan saying Ferland Mendy is getting Ferland Mendy and Carvajal getting put on a mixtape.
Oh wow.
Vasquez is a Spanish Antonio Valencia.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad shout.
Alaba saved in first leg. Madrid getting torn apart.
Okay.
Militao's a fugazi. That City first leg, it was stripping like it was Atlantic City.
Okay, so I think Rudiger walked straight into that Madrid side. You're not wrong. I feel like our back four is not worth arguing over because it's fine. Like we're just saying one guy should really change. But the midfield is where it's really, really at. I think we're in agreement that Camavinga has been excellent this Champions League reign. Now, here's the thing, Banks. What's worked so far is him coming off the bench and impacting the game in the last 30 minutes. Would you change that? Because him starting from jump.
Yes, I change it. Doesn't matter how many times it's worked him coming off the bench. Eventually, you're asking the football gods.
The Champions League finals, that way you want to do that experiment.
Yes, you're asking the football gods to test you. You're asking the football gods. Play Cruz against that Liverpool team and see if he's not getting gas masked. See if he doesn't. I feel like
it's a humongous stage for Camavinga, and if he drowns, here's the thing. It's a thing of sink or swim right now, and I don't know if he'll sink or swim. But if he does sink, it's like this is why we don't start you. you get what I mean?
I
Do you
get
what I
what you
mean?
mean. But I get
Like,
what you
no
mean. But
matter what, no
at the
matter
same,
what.
at the same time, you're saying you're more experienced. You're more experienced in a mid gets swallowed up every single round leading up to this game. Like
Cruz
literally,
has Real Madrid have they have a Champions League to lose, but Cruz has nothing to lose starting Cruz because it's like okay, Camavinga should have played. If Camavinga goes left, it will finish him still. Well,
it
not
won't finish him. It
in the
won't finish
short term, in the short
him. It
term. But
won't.
it's like this is why you don't start. This is why you don't start. You're not good enough to start.
But
I
at the
feel
same
like
time, he's done like for me, every single round, he's done exactly what he's needed to do, and he's brought exactly what the midfield was missing every single round. Every single round when he's come on, he's
out
brought
of the
exactly
full
what
out
was
of the
missing.
starting out of the full six midfielders, Cruz, Modric, Casemiro, Hendo, Thiago, Fabinho, and then now Camavinga. Who's the fittest?
Fabinho, Henderson actually,
Henderson.
Henderson.
And then Camavinga.
Possibly Modric.
But what I was gonna say Henderson, Camavinga, for Fabinho, then Modric. But what I was gonna say is the only thing leaning towards Camavinga starting is because without him, significantly slow. Because Modric is fit in terms of like endurance, but in terms of like sharp burst of pace and just having that edge, defensively, you need Camavinga to be able to scurry across the floor quick enough. Because Casemiro does it, but it's like Cruz hasn't got the legs. Like it's so bad because Cruz hasn't got the legs. And in terms of caressing the ball and controlling the gameplay, those days are. And Thiago's better than you at that on the pitch. So
for me, especially the fact that they're likely gonna be playing Fabinho and Thiago are not 100%. You need to play midfielders that are gonna get into their spaces.
yeah,
I saw one Real Madrid, I think it was an executive. He said to
we need Sammy to get in here. We need Sammy to get in here, man.
Literally. He said to an executive that Real Madrid are going to be playing at 100% in maximum intensity.
Who said that, Ramon?
Huh? I can't remember the Real Madrid. It was like a Real Madrid executive talking to.
Yeah, it was Ramon. It's probably Ramon.
And you're saying Real Madrid are going to play at 100% maximum intensity, and I'm thinking if you're going to do that, if you're going to get in on Liverpool's faces, you can't do that with Cruz playing. You can't actually do that with Cruz playing. For me, it's a risk. He's 20. Was he 21? Is he 19 or 20? Or is he Camavinga?
Camavinga's 20, isn't he?
Camavinga's 20. It's a risk. You're right.
Double check that.
Because he hasn't started. He hasn't started any of the Champions League games up until
19. Sorry,
19.
Wow,
young.
Wow.
But tell me one time he's let him down when he's been called upon. Tell me one time he's let him down.
Not in the Champions League. Not in the knockout Champions League. He's not.
Not in the knockouts. Not in the knockouts. For me,
I feel you raised a great point. If Camavinga sinks in this scenario, considering Thiago and Fabinho are not 100%, now they might be 90%. We don't know.
Yeah,
they might be 90%, but we know they're not 100%. They're not a keep, you know. But you can take advantage of it, and it's fine margins at this level, you know. It's fine margins. I feel like the onus. Do you think the onus is on the midfield, or do you think the onus is really on like how they get? Because with Real Madrid, we know like they win games, or they've been winning this Champions League knockout games through finite, specific moments, like whether 2 minutes or the last 10 minutes, or the last 15 minutes of games, and they're very efficient. I think they're outscoring their XG significantly. Like their XG in the games are like 1 point something, and they're getting like 4 goals out of 1 point something XG, which is crazy. But I'm saying with that whole sticking to that school of thought, isn't the game going to be won on like Vinny versus Trent, or Benzi versus VVD and Matip, or VVD and Konate?
For me, you don't get to rely on winning those moments if you're not competing in the midfield.
Did they compete in the midfield against Man City?
Huh?
Did they compete in the midfield against Man City?
No.
Did they win the game?
They did.
So that debunks that point.
It's a one-off game. It's a one-off
game. They played 2 legs.
Was it 2 legs?
They played 2 legs and they won. They went through. So it's not just a one-off game.
But this is a one-off game. This is a one-off game here.
Oh, okay.
This is a one-off game here where you gotta give yourself a chance to still be in the tie to have those moments. Over 2 legs, there's a lot more variables, a lot more things can happen where you can stay in the game. Like you talk about the Man City game, Benzema has this wonder finish off his left foot that keeps them sticking around. Penalty keeps them sticking around in the first leg, and then you have the 2 minutes of madness in the second leg. This game, if you're out of the game, you're not coming back into it. You're not coming back into it. There's no second leg to save you. You can't have a mad comeback in another match. It's literally one leg. You need to be as competitive as possible in all aspects of the game in order to give you a chance to have those specific one-on-one moments where you can win the game. So yeah, Trent versus Vinicius is going to be crucial, 100%.
Wait, just quickly. So we can conclude. Let's conclude together. Camavinga, Casemiro, Modric.
Yes. Casemiro.
No Valverde, no Cruz.
Valverde will play right wing.
Okay, so then your front three, you've already said Valverde right, Benzi, then Vinny.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to go with. And I think in terms of shutting down spaces and, again, the threat that Liverpool's forward players present is massive. So I think Ancelotti's going to respect that. He's going to keep Valverde in the team. Rodrigo obviously made massive impact in the second leg of the last match, and he's definitely going to be an impact player that they can bring on. But in terms of the pace of the game, again, I think you're going to need to go with intensity in so many areas of the pitch, and Valverde is going to give you that in terms of the pure intensity around the pitch.
Like he's just that auxiliary, like winger forward, like the Matuidi I think Matuidi coined it when he was at Juventus, that left, and he did it at France as well, but it was on the left. Obviously Valverde is doing it on the right. It's essential, but it kind of like it makes the right side or the flank kind of lapse, especially when you have a fullback that's just a steady Eddie like Carvajal. So it nullifies any attack on that right side. But what it does do is kind of like lock down their attack, the opposition's attack. So defensively, it's solid. It's like nothing. You can't break that side of the pitch. Basically, that's where it is, and every outlet's going to be on Trent's side.
We say you can't break that side of the pitch, but at the end of the day, Carvajal is Carvajal. Like no matter how much Valverde.
Yeah. But what I'd say is the safer side of the pitch.
Yeah, it's the safer side.
It's just safer because it'd be less gaps.
Thiago playing with one hamstring. Hey, remember the Carling Cup? This guy pulled out literally, what was it, 10 minutes or something, 30 minutes before kickoff. Watch out for that. If he's coming in with a slight injury with Thiago, you always know there's a chance that could just rip up the whole game plan. Will Benzema show up? We will see. Hey, man. At this point, he's shown up. Like, I think this is one of the all-time. Maybe we'll speak about this later on in the show, but this has been one of the all-time great Champions League campaigns from an individual player.
Actually, it's not fair to call it a carry job, but it's one of the all-time just great Champions League campaigns.
Forget about carry, just literally one of the all-time great Champions League campaigns. Literally, put your Champions League campaigns on the table. This one's gonna rival them in terms of goals scored. Important moments. Just
importance. The gravitas of all those goals is supreme. I don't think we've matched it because we've had them in isolation. We've experienced these things in isolation. Obviously, Zidane's final goals, Ronaldo's goals against Juventus. Yes, against Juventus. We've seen them. Now we've done the starting lineups because we promised it's gonna be just a short one. Yeah, see, safe Nathan for the throwbacks. Obviously Henry versus Real Madrid was one. Messi.
This is cat. I don't think so. I genuinely think
Henry 06 carried us to that final. Then we have obviously Neymar 14-15, but I thought Neymar's 14-15 run was more so the game. Like we said the Juventus final. But jog my memory in the comments, guys. I was gonna say, Banks, do you think this game we could get one of these generational moments again from Gareth Bale if he gives us a cameo.
Where to ear right? I thought you were dead. Someone told me you was dead.
Someone told me. I
Take off.
never say.
Oh, he was dead.
Never say never. No.
Oh nah. Oh man. I think if Gareth Bale gets onto that pitch, he might just miss a couple of chances to spite Roman
On purpose. Yeah. So you don't think Ancelotti could trust him in that situation to bring him on? Because if Real Madrid's backs again, I feel like if Real Madrid's backs against the wall and we see Hazard or Gareth Bale on the pitch, I feel like that is a huge sign showing Ancelotti's panicked.
Yeah.
Nathan, ban Nathan from the comments. He said Oliver Kahn. Firstly, I know Oliver Kahn was a bad boy in the just after the millennium, yeah. But you're not going to put a keeper's campaign in the best Champions Leagues. Banks, you've been kicked. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So he's back.
But yeah, yeah. No, I wouldn't imagine Gareth Bale. He's brought Gareth Bale on a couple of times to see out games. I think who was it against? It might have been against City away. I think he came on. Was Chelsea at home? He brought him on. I think it was Chelsea.
Chelsea away when they were at Stamford Bridge.
Okay, yeah.
Marcelo is not coming on.
He brought him on to see him out, but if we're talking about impact players from the bench, I can imagine Rodrigo going up first, Valverde taking off Carvajal.
Rodrigo, Valverde,
Hazard. There's been some good things said by Ancelotti about Hazard.
He's trimmed down and stuff, and he's like fit again.
Yeah. Don't say Trent to score fit. You see that on that headgear he was wearing?
Yeah. For his neuro, they were trying to track his neurons or whatever.
No, football is nuts.
That's perfect segue. So we've done that for Real Madrid. We've done what is to be a little bit of a deep dive on Real Madrid. Let's go. I feel like the Liverpool lineup always picks itself, but let's do it because we had to. Back four, thanks.
This is interesting because you know what about 4 of the 5 back 4 are going to be. You know, Alisson, Robertson, Trent, and Van Dijk are going to play. Konate has been the main starting centre back
in
for
the Champions
League campaign. Obviously, Matip in the league has been playing the games. I can imagine. I can see him staying. I'm sticking with Konate. He hasn't done anything. He's the less experienced one. He's the less experienced one, but he hasn't done anything wrong in the Champions League campaigns to get dropped. He's been quality for them so far. It's not even like people were tracking Konate. Like everyone was talking to Upamecano. He has to be the one that you get from Leipzig. Konate was the injury prone. Like he didn't even play a lot of games last year.
Yeah.
And they've somehow managed to turn him into this Titan from flipping Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's monstrous. He's made him monstrous, and the boy's only 19 as well. Like Camavinga is like 19.
He's not 19. He's
not
19.
How do you think Konate is? Young boy.
23. Don't take the piss.
Oh, okay.
And I would have locked off it if this stream feels 19th. I would have locked it off.
Him and Saliba as well. So when you say you can't have a young centre back, it just goes to show, like Arteta's just pulling, like just not being honest. So then you have I feel that that's going to be back for. I agree with you. I don't think Matip. I think Klopp is quite loyal. He's not going to change that. That's quite, like, that just shows a lack of faith if you do that. Then the 3 in the middle. Now Thiago, Fabinho, and Hendo would be obviously their strongest 3, right? Hendo's the only one that's assured. Now Thiago and Fabinho traveled and trained with the team today, but I feel like Fabinho plays. I feel like it's going to be Fabinho, Hendo, Keita.
Fabinho, Hendo. Don't think he's risking Thiago.
No, I don't think he's risking Thiago from the start. No.
Ooh.
I don't think he's risking Thiago from the start. Thiago's not getting 90 minutes.
Thiago, when was the last time he played? Last time he played was last day of the season.
They played for Villa. He played against Villa. Not Villa, sorry. He played against Wolves. And he came off.
I just understand why you say that, because Thiago coming off the back of like any sort of twing, any sort of ping in the hamstring, any sort of ping in the muscle, I'd say
it flattens him coming off injured is worse than him coming on and not impacting the game that much.
you
Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to have to
Pardon?
make that sub. You've had a game plan and then you have to drop Keita in.
Yeah. Firstly, I feel like if Keita's mind, I feel like personally, as much as we get onto Naby Keita, if his mind's set, he plays well. He played better in the Champions League than the Prem. But if his mind's set in terms of he's starting, I think he'll play well. Just psychologically, I feel like that's like, rather than you bringing him up, he's just gonna have no impact in the game. Secondly, if Thiago goes off injured, what it does for the morale as well, don't you think? In terms of it's worse for him to come off injured than for him to come on and not have his morale to the rest of the team, if he goes off, might have a worse effect than him coming on and not having an impact. I know it's fine margins right now. It seems like what we're just picking at stuff that's not there, but when it gets to this level, it's like literally the smallest, it's the finest details. I don't think he should risk him. Only he would know how fit he is, Klopp and Thiago. But from what we can see in terms of he's not 100% and he's about maybe not close to 100, so maybe 75%. It's just where can you best utilize that 75% by him starting or him coming on? But do you want Thiago coming on if you're chasing the game?
If they're leading the game, that's 100% a good move to bring him on. But again, even if they're if they're chasing the game again, I think in terms of trying to get back control of a midfield or just pace setting them the passing, who else in that Liverpool team is gonna be popping passes into their strikers? It's gonna be Thiago. So either way, he's gonna have a role, whether it's off the bench or I'm starting. Whether it's off the bench or starting, Thiago's gonna have a role in this game. Whether I think he should start or not, honestly, I think Liverpool take the risk on him starting. I think the thing is, I've seen it backfire so many times with I remember Diego Costa in 2014 when they were doing a mad thing to Diego Costa to try and get him fit. They were trying to rub horse placenta on him, blood transfusions. They were doing a mad thing to try and get him fit. Because the morale, again, this is one of your better midfielders. This is one of your better players. You want to get them into the starting lineup. It gives you the best chance. I think if they can get Thiago going and if they can give him 70 minutes, I think they take that rather than trying to bring him off the bench. I think they take 70 minutes of Thiago rather than his impact off the bench. So I think they're going to try and start their usual midfielder, Fabinho, Thiago and Henderson. Okay. And then finally,
I was going to say Harry Kane as well when they squeezed him into. I can't remember what was it. Champions League final.
It was 2019. You're right. Still
Champions League final. Yeah. I was going to
say you got to start Lucas Moura after he scored a hat trick, and then these guys said,
yes.
Everything you can to do everything you can to get Harry Kane.
Yeah, fit. They did everything they can to get him fit. He probably slept in an ice bar for 3 weeks.
Man, nothing. Man, absolutely nothing.
So what did you conclude? So you think they're going to take the risk, yeah?
I think they're taking the risk. I think you always last game of the season. I don't think it's a time to.
You're you're going all in.
You go all in. You have to push your chips into the middle at this point because it's the last game of the last. Not even only the last, is the biggest game of the season, and you want your best players out there for as long as possible. So even if Thiago can give you 65, 75, 70 minutes. You take that over his impact off the bench.
Okay.
Standard Man said 7th incoming, 7th Champions League.
Liverpool. That's astronomical.
TS3 Prince of Peckham watch along. Is that the vibe?
No, they don't. They play music before the match starts.
You gotta tell them to take the music.
Don't go there. They play music. They play music throughout the match build up. It's not a sports pub.
Naby will do niche. Remember one leg Kane, push your chips into the middle. What can I say? I'm just a narrator, man. I'm a narrator.
I literally said that before you.
You did not say that. You just said
you said you just push your chips in.
No, I said push your chips into the middle.
And then you said push your chips into the middle.
Watch the tape.
Watch the tape. Legit, I will watch your tape. 29 minutes, I watch your tape.
Watch the tape. Let's take
I'll
CK.
watch the tape. I'm literally gonna watch the tape and send it to you. Anyway, front three.
Mane
Where?
on the right. Yota up front. Luis Diaz.
Swear down, you're not playing the King of Anfield.
Yes, I'm not. For too long, he's been running around like he's Puck. Man was on 20 goals in like January and he added 2 goals
If
or
I'm
something.
gonna be honest, if Salah plays, he's gonna have a mare. Because why is Salah amped? Why is Salah tweeting? And why is he talking spicy?
He said,
Salah
he's
should...
talking about get back. He's talking about get back.
No, that's off brand. That's off brand for Salah because he normally does that in here. He normally keeps that in here. Salah, that's off brand for Salah. Salah's Mr. Humble. I still play him though. I feel you're capping. Play Luis Diaz on that left. Play Mane down the middle. Salah on the right.
Big games call for big decisions. Big games call for big decisions.
Sorry. Sorry.
Hey, yo, Stan, chill out.
Hey, man. Dear Stan. All right, sorry.
Nah, man. But big games call for big decisions. Put Salah on that bench. Put him on that bench.
No, Salah plays on the right, Mane down the middle, Luis Diaz on the left. Why I wouldn't go for yours? You said Jota, Diaz, Mane. Hopefully you're joking, but if you're not, Diaz and this is you're talking about Ramon Calderon, Real Madrid president. Yeah, so basically, pardon?
Said was that who said the 100% maximum intensity thing? Yes.
Yeah. So Diaz and Jota don't play well together. I don't think they've played well together since they've been like here. They don't play in sync. So why would you do that for the Champions League final?
Might have to be a Firmino. You might have to run it back to a Firmino thing.
I'd rather do that than play Diaz and Jota on the same pitch.
Nah, I feel you.
Especially
I feel you. I'm gonna swap Jota out for you, Firmino. It clicked better. My Firmino, and whenever I've seen Firmino and Diaz play, they've linked up pretty decently. I can't lie.
Jota doesn't play well with anyone. Why you say that? Why you say fuck me for? Why you say that to Jota? Anyway, Jota don't play well with Diaz at all. So I would go Diaz, Mane, Salah. You're bugging with the Firmino thing though.
I'm not. Modern problems call for modern solutions. Sometimes Salah isn't the answer to everything.
But modern is not Firmino. Though I like the saying, modern is not Firmino.
Modern is Firmino. Modern is returning to tradition. Modern is returning.
And they love us, Wallows. Yeah. So Wallows in the critical crank. Listen. Yeah. We go Diaz. I've settled it. Diaz, Mane down the middle, Salah on the right. Now,
I'm telling you, Salah is not punching in this final.
Well, we'll see in it. He's also not fully. Well, he is. Is he fully fit?
He's fit. He's just scared. That's it. He's fit. He's just scared.
Player hater. Anyway, so where do you think this game will be won? Before I get on to the last question, where do you think this game will be won? Like, do you think it's gonna be on? Like, what duel are you interested to see? Let me be more specific.
Van Dijk against Benzema, 100%.
Swear down.
Yeah, best against best right now, man. What better sight is there to see?
You don't think Benzema will go stand on Konate?
Nah, Benzema's gonna be all over. He's gonna see a lot of people. He's gonna see a lot of people across that match. You know, Benzema's not afraid to step to anybody, so he's gonna see a lot of people. He's not gonna run from anyone. If he needs to go up,
I'm interested to see Vinny Trent, if I'm being honest.
That's just the battle of growth.
No, I'm interested to see Vinny Trent. Let's run it back. I feel like my boy Trent has to rise it on Vinny. Because That's what I mean. They put it on. People use that to drag my boy down. They used that game, not knowing Vinny could done anyone's dance in the world of football. But they used that because at the time Vinny was a dud. I remember specifically. He had been at Real Madrid stinking it for about 18 months. And Trent started Vinicius Junior's career. For those of you who started watching ball, Trent started Vinicius Junior's career. I say it and I'll say it again, because before Liverpool met Real Madrid, Vinicius Junior was a dud. Those that remember, that's literally a couple of weeks before Benzema said just stop passing to him. He's playing against us. This was all around that time. And prior 18 months prior to that, he hadn't lit up anything in the Liga. He was awful. So Trent started Junior's career, and this is the thing: he's about to take it away.
I gave you life, I can take it away.
I gave you life, he's about to take it away. So as long as all Trent has to do, just crash it on that right side, and everyone forgets what Vinny does to him, and that's what he does. Trent defends by attacking. I'm interested to see. I'm also interested to see Camavinga, because is he going to rise it, or is he going to drown?
That's it.
I want him to rise it. Les Blues. Come on.
Les Blues. Yeah, Trent. This is another get back moment, because again, hella guys rose it on you 2021. That was hella guys. Who? Rose on.
When everybody was ill. When everybody was ill, and Reece Williams was playing, and Nat Phillips.
them times.
Is that what you're bringing to the table in the Champions League discussion?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying everyone rose.
There's no ties to what happened with everybody being ill in 2021.
No, stop saying everybody was ill. Stop saying everyone was ill. If you're playing,
majority of the country of the world had COVID. Majority of the world had COVID in 2021.
Majority of the players on that football pitch did not have COVID.
They were suffering from long COVID. You ever had a long COVID? You're not gonna. It's not gonna. You're not
playing football if you're suffering from long COVID. You're not playing football if you're suffering from long COVID.
I'm glad you brought that up. We're actually doing some research into how many players are suffering from long COVID.
All right, do your research. Bring it back.
Stay tuned when it comes onto TV.
I told them I'm around with my own facts and figures. Trent was out there and he was stripping for guys. And you're right. This is his chance for get back. This is his chance to eradicate some demons. So this is his chance to eradicate
this demon, or take away this boy's career that he gave, because he gave it to him.
Can't take away Nish from a black man. Can't take away Nish.
So what's Trent?
Huh? Trent is a black man too. So why are you trying to pit black men against each other?
They're literally marking each other. I didn't do that. The formation is. They're literally marking each other. What are you trying to do? Don't try to put me in a box. Don't try to put me in a box. They're literally, one's playing right back, one's playing left back. They're literally pinned up against each other. I didn't do that to the black men. Anyway, that's what I'm most interested to see. And I'm also interested to see Camavinga if he sinks or swims. What about you?
Said Benzema ain't troubling VVD. I've seen Ollie Watkins trouble VVD. I'm not worried about what Benzema's capable of doing. I've seen hella guys trouble Van Dijk.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite of all time? Who's your favorite centre back?
He's my favorite centre back
in the Premier League. Who's your favorite centre back?
My favorite centre back.
Say it. Rio. I've seen Amalfitano rip Rio Ferdinand a new one.
So I've never said Rio's invincible though. I've never said Rio's invincible. I've seen.
Who said Van Dijk's invincible?
That's what I'm saying. Jim Jones has told us that Benz ain't troubling Van Dijk. I've said I've seen Watkins trouble Van Dijk.
Everybody has ripped. They're great. Everybody has ripped everybody. So what does that mean? So what does that mean? What does that mean if Ollie Watkins had a good game against him?
That tells me that he's there to be got at. He's there to be got at. Don't be scared. I'm seeing guys run away from Van Dijk because they're already scared of the image. All your
faves are scared. All your faves have been padlocked.
Nah. Whoa. My guy Benzema has come up against a whole host of top centre backs, and he's not been scared once. So I'm not even. I have faith. He's gonna look Van Dijk in the eye and try to go at him.
Benzema would shoot from outside the box and it will go in, and Van Dijk could be 15 yards away, and they'll say, "Oh, Van Dijk, he's dunked on you." That's why I hate this.
I'm glad you know. I'm gonna do it too. Of course, I'm gonna do it.
Hey, I'm off. I hate. There's nothing.
I'm here for.
There's nothing worse than this generation of football fan. There's nothing worse than just generation of football fans. I can't
But
stand them.
that could be in the corner. They can counter. He can be on the halfway line. Who do you think I'm blaming on? You think I'm blaming on Konate? Do you think I'm putting this on Robertson's head? Nah. This is going on Jerry Coleman's head. This is going on
Jericho. No. Van Dijk is a sick man. If someone says he's got skin fade waves and a ponytail, I say yeah.
I know everyone just blinks for it. Everyone just, yeah, that's normal.
Everyone just acts like it's normal. Van Dijk though, watch his Champions League final. Bear man. Bear man. Anyway, I feel like everybody just enjoy the Champions League final. Get on the booze. Get on the Ooh, I saw Craig Bellamy stick it on that number 2. Right. Anyway, everybody take that comment off the screen, guys. Let's round up, Banks. Let's round up. It's Friday night. Everybody's getting ready for the Champions League final. Those of you that are watching from Paris, shout out you lot that got tickets.
Where you going now? Where you going now?
I don't know.
You got that?
This weekend, buddy. Shout out those of you who are promoting the Elizabeth line this week. Love that for you. Your country loves you. Your country needs you. You know, Britain needs you.
Crisis is through the roof. You guys are stepping outside unnecessarily. This is what the people. This is what they want.
It's what they want, man. The Lizzie line. Those of you. Yeah, we've got banned Nathan for comments. Those of you who tuned in and this is your first time, please subscribe. Please tell your friend to tell your friend about us. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the content. Next season, we're coming a lot harder. We're back in the studios, baby. The money's long now. So we're getting back in the studios. We're going to be recording, doing some good edits for you next season and stuff. So less of the Zooms. Obviously, the Zooms are easy for everybody because you get instant content. And let us know what you think about Spaces, to be fair, because we're not comfortable really doing Spaces because it gives us Clubhouse vibes and we just don't want to be. We just don't want to be Spaces people. Let's safe, Jim.
Let's go with predictions. What do you think, sir?
I think we'll go into penalties.
Right. Liverpool win a third cup on penalties. I'm flipping saying.
I think we're going straight to pen. I think we're going to penalties.
I'm gonna go
4. What? I thought you said 4. I was about to say 4.
We got 2-1 Real Madrid. 2-1 Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think we're going penalties. And then it's anyone's game on penalties, but I feel like we're going to penalties. Yeah, I don't think
touching on penalties or a lottery. You know if you're gonna bother.
If I had to bet, like they put a gun to my face and said bet on penalties, I put Liverpool on penalties. No, you know why I put Liverpool? If I'm being honest, I win all the penalty shootouts you've been in. What the hell is that? What is that? But I would say Real Madrid to win, like in general, normally. But like, why you win? Like, I have a feeling it's just gonna go penalties, and Liverpool are gonna win on penalties. And this is annoying, but hey, credit to them. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them.
No watch along. I don't think we're gonna be doing a watch along for this. I'm not sure.
Yeah, everybody enjoy the game. I feel like we're not going to be doing a watch along for this one. Everyone just enjoy the game. Get yourself a nice sangria. Get yourself a Pimm's. Get yourself a Bailey's. Get yourself a JD and Coke. Whatever you cheapies drink. Oh yeah, and then enjoy the game. Really.
All right, man. Make sure you smash the like button for this video. Give it a like. Send it to a mate. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Again, like I said, if you're first time watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And enjoy the Champions League final. I've been your host today, Banks, joined by my ever faithful co-host, Lavish. Have a lovely, lovely evening and good night.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Well, you should be in
just need to
prison.
shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison.